All right, let's take a look at these problems right here, okay? So the first thing that you always have to just remember is the slope-intercept form is y is equal to mx plus b. Like, you just have to memorize that. That represents slope. That represents the y-intercept, right? As you can see, this right here has no x, right? It has no x, which means then this slope is 0. Why? So y is equal to 0x. I'll actually show you that this y equals 5 is the same thing as y is equal to 0x plus 5. Okay, and I'm going to show you that in a second. Why? Because y is equal to, what's 0 times x? 0 times x is just 0, right? Plus 5, which is equal to 0 plus 5 is just y equals 5. Therefore, y equals 0x plus 5 is equal to y equals 5, which means that the slope right here, right? The slope is 0, which means there's no rise, okay? Which there's no, yeah, there's, okay, well, I'll show you that in a second, what that means, okay? Yeah, this is 0 over rise. Yeah, so there's no rise, so it's only going to be a run, okay? And then I'll show you why that is, okay? So we got y equals 5, y equals 5, and you're like, okay, what does that mean? Okay, I'm going to show you. Y is equal to 5. As you can see, it's a straight line, okay? That is horizontal. And the reason why is because no matter what the x value is, whether it's 1 or 0.5 or 1 or 2 or 3, the y value is always going to be what? It's always going to be 5. Therefore, the y-intercept is going to be 0 and 5. You guys see that? The y-intercept is going to be 0 and 5. Okay? So no matter what the x values are, the y value is always going to be 5. Therefore, the y-intercept is 0 and 5. The y-intercept is going to be 0 and 5. Voila. All right, let's take a look at this one, okay? Remember, the form is y is equal to mx plus b, right? As you can see, and the value that is next to the x is actually the slope. So if you guys take a look, this -7 is actually the slope, right? Why? Because it's the number that is next to the x. And if you want, you can rewrite it like this: y equals -3 plus -7x, if you like that better. So what's my m? The letter next to the x, okay? I could say the letter next to the x, or the value, the number next to the x is the slope. Okay, so number next to the x is the slope, okay, which is -7, right? The number x to the x, or the number next to x is -7, right? So, because why? Subtracting is the same thing as adding a negative. You see that? Subtracting is the same thing as adding a negative. So the number next to the x is -7, so we're going to rewrite this as y is equal to -7 x. And so what does this must be? What is this? This right there, right? It's just b plus -3, okay? So y is equal to -7x plus -3. And let me show you, okay? So we're going to do y is equal to -3 minus 7x. So we're going to do y is equal to -3 minus 7x, right? That is my line. Or we could do y is equal to -3 plus -7x. And you see that it's the same line, green. The same line, right? The same thing. Because subtracting is the same thing as adding a negative, right? And y is equal to -7x plus -3 plus -3. You see, purple, blue. See, this equation and this linear equation are the same, okay? So we wrote it like this. And so what's my y-intercept? Y-intercept obviously is -3. You guys see this b? This b is -3. Then it's going to be right here. 0, what? -3. So my y-intercept is 0, -3. 0, -3, right? So I'm going to go here. We're going to 0, -3. And I encourage you guys, if you want to check your answer, use Desmos, right, to check your answer if you like. And then this right here is similar from the slope is 4, right next to the x. Now you're like, okay, the only thing that I do want to say about this is that 4 is the same thing as 4 over 1, okay? And therefore, even though it seems like it only has a rise, it has the rise and the run, okay? So rise over run. Why? Because any whole number can be turned into a whole number over 1 as a fraction. So check, we're good to go. And then how about this one, okay? So let's take a look, okay? So once again, y equals mx plus b. Okay, always start with writing it down. Y equals mx plus b. So what's my slope? My slope is -9, and m represents 9, right? -9, so slope, m represents slope, is going to be -9x plus, what's my b? Okay, 0 and 5 represents my y-intercept, so 5 is going to be my y-intercept. Y, let's take a look. We're going to do, get rid of these, y is equal to -9x plus 5. You see that? So what's my y-intercept? My y-intercept is 0, 5. My y-intercept is 0, 5. 5. So when you put the y-intercept, you actually just put this number, right? And that's how you do it. So y is equal to -9 x plus, what did I say, 5? Yeah, we're good. All right, so that's that should be good. I think that's good enough for this video. And oh yeah, so just in case you see something like this, just in case you see something like y is equal to x, okay, that's the same thing as y is equal to 1x, okay, which means the slope is 1, okay, and the y-intercept is 0. Why? Because y is equal to 1x plus 0 is just 1x, which is equal to 1x is the same thing as x. You see that? They're equal. They're the same statement. Okay? So every time you just see x, what it's actually saying is y is equal to 1x plus 0. Okay? Let me show you what that is. So take a look here. Y equals x. All right, y equals x, right? Boom. That line, y equals x. But that's the same thing as y is equal to 1x plus 0. You guys see that? Same line. Same line. Blue, red, same line. Why? Because 1, there's an invisible 1 next to the x, because how many x's are in this one? Just 1, right? And 1x plus 0 is just equal to just x. That's why these lines are the same, okay? So just remember that. And if you also see this, if you see something like y equals -x, y is equal to -x, that's the same thing as y is equal to -1x plus 0, okay? Why? Because this negative actually means -1, okay? And -1x plus 0 is just -1x, and that's the same thing as -x, okay? So make sure you got that as well. Okay, so I hope that helps, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.